it is Sophie Pop 209 here again today. What's poppin'? I have a super fun video in store for you guys today. Super informative. Really good video to basically get yourself a brand new pair of Air Force 1's from your old ones. I have a really good cleaning method that I have used over the years to clean all of my shoes, and since I purchased the Air Force 1's, I have not washed them. So I used this, made a little bit of modifications to it, seriously ended up with a brand new pair of looking Air Force 1's. I cleaned the leather and the sole, which honestly is the easiest part of cleaning your Air Force 1's. The next step is getting your creases out. You know how it always creases on the toes? Get that out of there so it looks brand new, unused. One of the hardest things, honestly, is getting the dirt out of all the lines around the swoosh symbol, the dots on the front of the shoe. The complete first part of the cleaning up and washing, all of the ingredients per se, I guess, that I use, those you can use on any pair of shoes, any cloth material, any color. I use that for all of mine, and it gets every stain out, even on cloth. So if you want to learn how to clean your Air Force 1's or any other shoe for that matter, well, keep watching.
Alright, so you're going to need a towel, some baking soda, a soap pod or any soap detergent, and Shout, specifically triple action, 2 tubs of water, and a toothbrush or brush of some sort. The next thing I'm doing here is just mixing that soap pod that I showed you guys a few seconds ago that we will eventually use to brush off our shoes. Now, following along, we're just going to hurry and remove our shoelaces and move that tiny little metal Jordan symbol, or Air Force 1 I think it actually says, off of the shoelaces and put both of those aside. As you guys can see, I started off with a pretty dirty shoe. So here I am cleaning it off with a rag. What I'm doing here is just dipping it into the tub of plain water that I had to just get off any mud or dirt residue, anything that we can simply take off with water alone. As you'll see here in a little bit, just the water goes a long way. Okay, here's your little comparison of how much just the water alone did. Next, what I'm doing here is taking that toothbrush and dipping it into our soap water. Now what that's going to do is just penetrate more of the mud and dirt and any other residue that is on the shoe that the water did not take off. And additionally, the toothbrush is actually going to scrub off a lot more dirt for us as compared to just the towel and the water alone. Okay, so now the most important step is the Shout. This is a stain remover. This is literally the crack to the code. As you can see, just from scrubbing the right side compared to the rest of the shoe, it's so much whiter. Alright, here on this next clip, you can see there's a stain on the top of the shoe, and I just wanted to zoom in and show you how easily and white that leaves the shoe. Here's also another side-to-side comparison of the flap and both shoes. Like I said, miracles. Miracles. Lols, now we're just gonna finish cleaning off the rest of the shoes. Alright, this step I made sure to include because you need to get in all the little liner edges, because those are the ones that tend to darken the most and will show once the shoe is clean if you didn't properly clean it. Here is my final side-to-side comparison with one shoe done, and we're just going to move on to the next. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is take as many socks as you need to stuff the front of the shoe. Here we're going to get rid of all the creases from just walking, whatever it may be. This shoe always gets the creases at the front of the shoe, and it just makes it not look as nice. Make sure you stuff as many socks as needed in there because you need it to stay sturdy when we run the iron over it. Now bring back that old towel, and what you're going to do is wet it and drain it. We need the towel moist because we're steaming the wrinkles out of the shoe, and if you apply a dry towel on it and try it, you're gonna burn it. So once you're ready, go ahead and place that towel over the shoe. You're gonna wanna iron it and make sure it's on the cotton and a linen setting. I don't know what temperature that is, but usually it's labeled on the little temperature spindle. Alright, here we're just going to do the same thing to the other shoe. That way we get the wrinkles out of the both of them. Cool transition. And here is the final wrinkle-free Air Force 1's. The next, and also arguably one of the most important steps of this, is our baking soda. I used a strainer, I think it's called. That way I wouldn't get any big chunks on the shoe, and I just got all the powder all over it. You are going to want to saturate it quite a bit, not intense, but make sure you get it on all the cloth parts, as you can see me doing here, and rub it in the crevices in the front, because once this is done sitting in the sun for a few hours, the baking soda is actually going to be what does a lot of the whitening, especially for all of the crevices. This is going to whiten the whole shoe, and the sunlight actually helps with that. This step you will want to do outside and leave them to dry while the baking soda does its thing. And ladies and gentlemen, here is our final product. On the left, you're of course going to want to put in your shoelaces. We'll transition now. And on the right, we have our final product of the Air Force 1's. The baking soda, as you can see, lightened up the whole shoe. On our last little note, if you like the video and decide to try it, let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and leave a like button if this helped you out, and subscribe for more. We'll see you guys next time.